me see if I can do this correctly where it will sit up. Okay, so hey fam, it's your girl Miss Diva Trucker, and I am. Oh, can y'all see me? Give me just a second. I am going to move everything over right here. Okay, so now no, I can't see without my glasses. Put my glasses on. I had an eye infection, so I couldn't wear my contacts. I gotta wear glasses until I get approved to wear my contacts again. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes and all that kind of stuff. I worked today, so I was running the food truck today in Moss Point, Mississippi, and I had a busy weekend. So I did a event on Saturday in Gulfport, Mississippi, which was like an R&B festival that I did, and then I had to come home. I had to come to my RV and cook some more sides to get up the next morning at 8 o'clock in the morning to go to a boat race event in Moss Point, Mississippi. So today is my birthday, and thank you so much for everybody that sent out happy birthday wishes and all that kind of stuff. I'm just getting to the house to be able to see all of it, but I've been cooking since like 10 o'clock this morning. Okay, so that's what I've been doing all day. So I just stopped and came home, and I went and got me some crawfish, and I got me some crabs for my birthday. But I am so tired. I am really tired. But how is it going so far with the food trailer? Okay, guys, it's amazing. Um, I get to meet so many new people. I get to talk to so many new people. I get to try their food. They get to try my food. So it's been an experience, especially when you somebody that's new to the game and all these people been doing this and all that kind of stuff. I have a location that I supposed to be at Tuesday through Sunday. Okay, but I don't be there because when I go to the events on the weekends, like I schedule an event every Saturday and Sunday. So when I go to those events, it pays for my whole week, you know? So I don't even have to work Tuesday through Sunday. I mean, Tuesday at the other place because on the weekend at these festivals, it pays for the whole week. And it's well worth it. Guys, last week I went to a event in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. It was a blues festival. It was an R&B festival. They had so many different artists and everything like that. And I pulled up. I have like 3 generators on my truck just to make sure that I'm okay. So I pulled up, put my signs up, put my chairs out, and everything, and just went to cooking. Guys, when I tell you that people brought my plates, and I mean all day, I didn't even get time to even sit down all the way up until the time it was ready to go. So what does my plate consist of? My plate consists of, I sell 4 things. I sell Mississippi farm raised catfish. I sell shrimp. I sell fried shrimp, gulf shrimp. I sell pork chops. I sell whole chicken wings. Okay, that is that and with the size. So my size is like a Thanksgiving meal. So when you eat a plate of mine, you ain't gonna want to do anything but go home and go to sleep. Okay, my plates are like once you get finished with buying all the little nachos and hot dogs and all that kind of stuff at the event, and you ready to go home and have a meal or something that you can take to work the next day or whatever the case may be, that's my plate. Okay, you can't close my plate. Okay, my pork chops, y'all, my pork chops are this big. Okay, um and people love sandwiches. They want a fish sandwich, they want a pork chop sandwich, they want a shrimp po' boy or whatever. So what I started doing was I started adding bread to, instead of the rolls that I had, I started adding bread to, like Texas toast bread, to the plate. So if they want to, make a little sandwich out of it, they can. Okay, but I've learned to, hold on one second. Yes, with hot fries. Listen, I want to talk to you about a food truck. Okay, I've learned to stick with what you know, like stick with what you do. Whatever your specialty is, stick with that, right? Because I was trying to do hot dogs, I was trying to do hamburgers, I was trying to do nachos, I was trying to do shrimp po' boys, I was trying to do all these different things, right? And it was too much for one person. Okay, so I had to limit my menu and do what I know how to do. Like when I cook my food, I think of my food as Thanksgiving meal. Okay, I think of like a Sunday dinner. Okay, when you don't want to cook. Okay, that's what I think of my meals. They full meals. So my meals are $20, right? You get 5 whole chicken wings. You get 2 sides. My size is like candy yams, baked macaroni and cheese. And when I tell you I put every cheese that you could think of in the macaroni and cheese, baked macaroni and cheese. I cook candy yams. I cook potatoes. I make my own potato salad. I cook. I got fries. I got okra, and I do barbecue baked beans. So all this stuff take time, right? So like with the baked beans, my baked beans ain't just regular baked beans. Like with my baked beans got hamburger meat in it. It got onions. It got peppers. It got barbecue sauce, mustard, brown sugar, honey. Like it's like a loaded baked bean, right? And like the potato salad got all this stuff in it. And then the macaroni and cheese. Child, I put so many different cheeses in that macaroni and cheese. And it takes time. So at first I wasn't making like my I wasn't doing my peach cobbler from scratch, and I wasn't doing my banana pudding from scratch, right? So but then I was like, no, I want it all to be from scratch. So um I stopped using, I was having like turkey necks, neck bones in my collard greens. And some people don't like pork, so I switched out the neck bones and put turkey necks in my collard greens, right? So my collard greens got the onions, it got vinegar in it, it got all this stuff in it. Everything that I do is loaded. Okay, it got a lot of stuff in it, and it has a lot of meat in it with it as well. Like you can eat collard greens and cornbread by itself. um my I do the yams, and I put the marshmallows on top of the yams, and what else? Okra, fried okra, and I got these fries that they so crispy, they cost extra. Like a regular bag, a big bag of fries is like $6, right? But if you want these special extra crispy fries, it comes like it's like $10. Okay, so I buy those. What else? Whole chicken wings. And catfish. So people in Mississippi, people in the South, period, are really particular about um their catfish. Okay, they do not like swai. I didn't know what swai was, so they was asking me, "Is this swai?" And I'm like, "What is swai?" And they were saying that swai is a type of, I think, catfish, but it doesn't come from. It comes from overseas, like Asia. Okay, so people try to fool people by giving them swai instead of giving them real catfish. So every time, like when I first started, when I go to the store, I be asking people, I want real catfish, and I don't get the catfish from like China or any other place. My catfish is Mississippi farm raised catfish. So my catfish comes from Simmons in Yazoo City. Okay, it has like a little sweet taste to it, and it's very good. So I get my catfish from two places, right? One of them is going to be from Simmons, which is in Yazoo City, and they sell it by the case. I get 7 ounces. So I got big fillets. Okay. Now, this last time I got some Louisiana catfish. Okay. Louisiana catfish is different from Mississippi catfish. Louisiana catfish got huge fillets. Let me tell you something. The catfish in Louisiana come like this. Okay. So I mean, when I got my fillets was 10-ounce fillets. Okay, so I had to slice them up and cut them up because it was just too big to even put on the plate, right? So either I'm gonna get Mississippi farm raised catfish from Simmons, or I'm gonna get Louisiana catfish. Okay, but all my catfish is domestic. It's not imported. Okay, my shrimp is domestic. So, guys, and I take my time with my food. Right, you can't cook a whole lot of stuff. Like, I don't have a big oven to cook this stuff, so I have to cook it in like quarter pans. Right, so and I use my crock pot for my collard greens and either my baked beans or my yams. I put in a crock pot, and then I have warmers for the other stuff, right? So, but my pork chops are like this. Okay, when I can find a good sale on some assorted pork chops, I buy all of them and put it in the freezer. Okay, but how has my adventure been so far? It was hard getting started, right? Because I started in March. You got to get all these permits and everything to be compliant with the city, to be able to open your doors, right? The biggest mistake that I made is getting a location. I should have never got a location. Okay, if I know what I know now, don't get a location. Okay, because your money is going to come from moving around places. This is going to be your biggest seller if you decide to get a food truck. Okay, festivals, carnivals, anything they doing boots on the ground too, or anything they doing R&B, or anything they doing trail rides, anything that they doing outside. That's you. Okay, that's where you want to be. You don't necessarily, and then I was trying to open like 5 days a week. So I was trying to open from Tuesday to Sunday and trying to get all these sides together and all. That's too much, right? So that's too much. Y'all know I can't see, so every time you say something I gotta put my glasses on. OTR, what y'all say? What you say? OTR trucking or food truck. Both of them is a lot of hard work. Okay, it's a lot of hard. Just like trucking, a food truck is a lot of work. Okay, and especially I'm doing it by myself. Can I get help? Can I get over the road? Can I get help? Can I get other people to help me? Of course I can. But whenever you adding people to your food truck, you got to pay them at the end of the night. And some people don't understand that you a new business and you just now getting started. So you may not make a lot of money, but they still want to get paid at the end of the night, right? So I figure, hey, if I want these to be done want them, then I'm gonna do it myself, right? And I can only fix like one plate at a time or two plates at a time or whatever. But when you concentrate on your food being good, then people gonna wait for it, you know. Um, so they're gonna wait for it. They're gonna be patient and wait for they food. So I do two plates. I do a $20 plate and I do a $30 plate. Okay, my $20 plate, you get one entree, which is could be the wings. You get five wings. Okay, with the fish, you get two large fillets of catfish. With the shrimp, I just a whole bunch of shrimp. Okay. With the pork chops, you get two big pieces of pork chop. Okay. So and it come with the sides. It come with a drink and it come with dessert. So your dessert is peach cobbler, and I like the diced peaches. Like if y'all see the diced peaches, like where they have them in diced little squares, I love that. So all I do is take that and I get the pastry stuff. I do some graham cracker, crush up the graham cracker to put at the bottom, and then I do my peaches and everything up, and then I put like a nice like a little pastry topping over top of it, slice it up and do it in squares and all that kind of stuff, and it's a deep peach cobbler, right? And um the banana pudding. The banana pudding, I spend a lot of I spend some money on it. Okay, so I get the pudding. I do put real bananas in it, because I'm only expecting to keep it like 2 days. Okay, so I put real bananas in it. You got those chessman cookies. I got like vanilla Oreo cookies in there, and at the bottom I do like a honey graham crust. So I do that with the banana pudding. Okay, and it is so good. Oh, and I put that French cheesecake bake. I don't know if y'all see that in the grocery store, but it's a French cheesecake bake, right? Fold that into it with some whipped cream, child, and with the bananas and the banana filling. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so light and fluffy, and it's just good. I don't use the vanilla wafers. I like to use the Oreo. I like to use like the Oreo cookies. How do I keep my pork chops from drying out? Um, I don't know. I don't do anything special to them. I keep them in a Ziploc bag. If that's what you mean, I keep my pork chops in, and I marinate. I season and marinate my food before I cook it. So if I got a case of catfish, I'm gonna cut all that up. If I got a case of catfish, right, I'm a cut it all up or whatever I gotta do, and then I'm gonna season it, marinate it, put it in Ziploc bags, and store it until I get ready for it. Okay, people love fried okra. Baby, they love some fried okra. When you in the South, this is stuff that people love in the South. Okay, so and especially like if you go to an event and it's on a Sunday, baby, people not cooking. They ain't want to cook. They don't want to cook. Okay, so they love getting pork chops, whole wings, and all this kind of stuff. So they could take home to whoever at the house. Like at my R&B festival that I went to in Hattiesburg, a lady came and got a plate. She came and got a pork chop plate, and she went to enjoy the show or whatever. And then she came back and brought four more plates to take home to her husband and her kids. Okay, so I get plates like that. And then all I do is I focus on 50 plates. So each event that I do, I try to do 50 plates. So 50 plates times 20 is $1,000. Okay, it's not hard to do. Okay, um, and some plates I have that are $30 plates. So with the $30 plate, you get 2 pork chops, 5 wings if that's what you want, or you can get fish or shrimp, however you want it. You get 2 entrees. Okay. And with the $30 plate, you can split that because you get one person can have wings, the other person can have pork chops, and they can have a side each. Okay. And it comes with a drink. So, but it's a lot. It really is a lot. I got to deal with generators. I have 3 generators on my truck. So I got a Predator 9000, which is really loud. Okay, but it supports everything on the truck. I got a 2 inverters, Champion inverters. Okay, you put them together, and it's just as much as my Predator. Okay, but and luckily I had them today because I was sitting up there doing my thing and minding my business like I do. And a man came and he was like, "Do you have a cord? Do you have this? Do you have that?" Um, his generators wasn't working. So I told him, I said, "Hey, I got 2 generators on the back of my truck. You can use one if you want to." And he hooked it up, and he took the plug and everything, and it worked out for him. So, he wasn't in a bind that he wasn't able to make his money. And at the end of the night, he came and gave me $40 for using my generators. And I just feel like, that's what we there for. If I'm having a problem, I hope somebody will help me out. Um, and if somebody else is having a problem, I hope I can help them out. So they be asking me, they be like, "Well, Timra, how are you doing all this stuff by yourself?" Like, because everybody else be having like teams, they be having like 4 or 5 people show up and all that kind of stuff. I don't have that help, right? So Saturday, what I did was, there was some homeless people that was, around the event. So I just paid them to move my generators. I paid them to set up my tent. I paid them to set up my umbrella. I paid them to set up my chairs. So, if I ever get in a bind that I'm not able to move stuff or do stuff or whatever the case may be, I just ask for help. And I haven't been to a place where people wasn't willing to help me. So I don't try to do it all the time because I don't want to have to depend on people like that. So what I do is, instead of having my generators on the truck, I have it on my pickup truck in the back. So all I gotta do is, pull it and start it. Okay. But the biggest thing about that is, if you're in a situation where they don't let you stay connected to your truck, then you gotta take the generator off the truck. But every time I let people know, hey, I can't move these generators by myself. Can I park in back of my trailer or something? Because it's very difficult for me to be able to move these generators. Um, and usually people are accommodating. Okay. Uh, Now, going to these festivals and things like that. Listen, guys, you don't even have to have a food trailer to be at these events. Y'all can just have a tent. You can just have a table and make a lot of money. I want to learn how to do these pineapple drinks. They show up to these trail rides and R&B, and it's a pineapple drink that they sell. Okay, so what they do is, pineapples are like $2 a pineapple, right? So they buy like cases of pineapple, and they take the core out of them, and they make this drink out of it. And but the drink is in a big container, right? And they sell that for like $25, and it has alcohol in it. Okay, so people gonna buy stuff with alcohol in it. That is a big seller. So if you know somebody that know how to do them pineapple drinks, you're gonna sell out every time. Okay, so if the pineapple costs $2 at the grocery store and you selling it for the drinks for $25, that's a pretty good profit margin. Now I did see somebody was like doing free refills. Now I wouldn't give them no free refill. Like I would do like refills. You can get a refill for $10 because it is an alcoholic drink, right? So you can get a refill for like $10 or something like that. But I wouldn't do no free refills. Okay, those people sell out all the time. Another thing that you can do is if you have a tent and a table, do what is it? Pork skins. So if you can get the pork skin pellets, right? And you get like a deep fryer or whatever the case may be, and you got all these different kind of seasonings or whatever, pork skins maybe cost like $10, $15 a bag of pork skins, right? You can fry those up, baby. Let me tell you something. You will sell out at these events. Okay, ever since we got this new president in office, baby, we've been at the trail rides. We've been dancing. We've been line dancing. We've been throwing our fans. We've been cooking. We've been just enjoying ourselves. And I think this is gonna go on for the next 4 years. Okay. Every every town you go into, every especially like North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, okay? Your southern states, there's a trail ride, a line dancing every weekend. Every weekend. And these people can't even keep up with all the different events that's going on. So my biggest sellouts is going to be I can't even bring enough pork chops. I can't even bring enough catfish. These people love fish. Okay? They love fish. They love wings. The men love them pork chops. Oh, just throw them two pieces of bread on. I was giving the pork chop sandwiches, like I mean not sandwiches, but I was giving the pork chop dinners with a roll. Okay, but people like they want bread with their meat. So now I get like Texas toast. So I put a piece of Texas toast bread on the bottom, and so that the pork chop or chicken or whatever I don't fry lays on that bread, right? And then their sides and their desserts and stuff like that. What else? Um, I haven't been able to like enjoy myself at the events because I'm so busy cooking. Now, listen, yesterday I went to the event, and I wanted to go out there and do the boots on the ground and throw my fan and all that kind of stuff because I went and brought me a fan, right? So I wanted to go out there and do all that. Child, do you know I forgot and left tip my tip jar outside on the counter, and I done went out there and I heard the boots on the ground and I'm out there dancing and going on, and I got folks coming to my window and stuff, and I said, oh my god, I got to get back to the thing. I come back and they done stole my tip jar. I don't know how much money I had in it, but I know I had some fives. I know I had some ones or whatever the case may be, and the people done took off with my tip jar. And I think it was the homeless people that was helping me, because I had paid them, and you just I be letting my guard down. You gotta watch everybody. But yesterday I was over there, and it's a place they call the Quarters, right? When you got heavy police presence, okay, that means you don't let your guard down for nothing, okay? Police was everywhere. But we enjoyed ourselves. We got to have a good time. Nobody was arguing, fussing, fighting. And I like to go to events where the police is on deck, okay? And now when the police left, it was time for me to go. So some of the food trucks will stay out there all night. Okay, they will close it down. Okay, but when the police pack up and they out of there, cause it's like a certain time, like 12 to 8 or whatever. So when the police pack up and the police it's time for them to go, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to pack up too, because I'm a one woman show and I don't have a team or nothing like that, and I should not be out there that time of night, right? So some of the events that I've been to is I've been to an R&B festival, I've been to the Mother's Day in Hattiesburg, I've been to a cannabis festival. Now that was something else, okay? The cannabis festival. I've never been to a event where you get high and smoke weed all out in the open and the police is walking around like it ain't nothing. I was like, everybody smoking and get high. And the police walking around and nobody ain't saying nothing, them doing nothing. Child, they had cannabis in everything. They had weed in the drinks. They had weed in the gummy bears. They had weed in the chips. I mean, anything that you could think of, they had had THC in it. Okay, and the only thing that was a concern is like when people get high, they get hungry, right? So they were selling me out. I had no problems with that. Okay, because they were buying pork chop plates and all that kind of stuff. The issue that I had was it took them too long to order. Like I would ask them, "Hey, what can I get you? What would you like to eat?" Right? These people would be staring at the girl menu like it wasn't nothing on it. Like they be staring at the menu like, I say, "Hello, can I take your order?" Um, 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 you got pork chops? Yeah, it say pork chops right there. I said, "What two sides?" Um, two sides. What do you have? The size is right there. Oh, okay. Um, I said, "What you want for dessert?" Dessert. You got dessert? What you got for dessert? Child, it would take them 10 minutes to order at the cannabis festival. Okay, nobody was thinking quickly. Okay, you had to be patient on their order, and then they would sit there and eat and come back and get another plate. They would like, I would have somebody would serve a plate, like I would serve a plate, and they wanted some macaroni and cheese, right? Child, they go eat the macaroni and cheese and they food and everything. They come back. Can I get some more macaroni and cheese? I'm like, I'm not selling just macaroni and cheese. I sell plate. We get plate. We get two sides and a dessert. Okay. I just want some more macaroni and cheese. And then I had one coming. Can I just get a plate of baked beans? A plate of baked. Where y'all see a plate of baked beans at? You know. So it was just like that, right? But um, everybody be patient. I mean, they be patient with me. And they wait on their food. You know, people don't haven't complained or whatever the case may be. And I try to be quick with it, you know. But yeah, that was an experience. I just never been to an event where people was smoking weed, eating all kinds of stuff, drinking the THC. I mean, they had THC and everything. And then the police were just walking around like it was just any other event. And I was like, oh wow, you know, okay, this is what we doing. So I went to that event. What's another event I went to? I had a church event that I did. The church wanted like two entrees. They wanted a choice of fish or chicken with the two sides, a drink, the whole shebang, right? So I had 50 plates already set up before the church got out of revival. And all I was supposed to do is serve 100 people, right? Child, let me tell you something. They opened them doors of that church, and them people came from nowhere. I went through 50 plates within 10 minutes, and I still had a line. Way I don't know where these people come from, because I don't think they was in church. Okay, and the biggest thing with the church is when they get a plate, they want to get a plate for themselves, their husband, the kids at home, all this kind of stuff. So people was getting like 3, 4 plates, and the food went so fast, and I was like, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, no, I'm not doing that. So, what other event I went to? I've been down at the baseball park, doing that. I went to today was a boat race, so I showed up at the boat race, and I got to enjoy down there on the river walk, and it was just a great time. But each place that I've showed up at, it's just been so professional. So everybody knew what they was doing, and everybody was real nice. Another thing is, you have to pay your taxes at the end of the night, right? So when you go to each event, they gonna come and bring you a form, okay? And at the end of the night, before you leave, you got to pay your state tax, okay? So, and the state taxes for Mississippi is 7%. And sometimes you may have local tax. So the taxes for Mississippi is 7%. So if I sell $420 worth of food, I'm supposed to, pay them 7% of that. And today, in Mom's Point, they add another 2% for local or city taxes or whatever. But you just put it in the envelope and give it to the event organizer, and they will pay your taxes on your behalf. Okay. Um, Health inspection. At any time, you can get inspected by the fire department or the health department to make sure that your food is under temp, okay, because it has to be like below 41. So everything that needs to be in the refrigerator needs to be in the refrigerator. Everything that needs to stay warm has to stay warm. I think it's over 135 or something like that in the warmer. But you always have to have a temperature inside your refrigerator, just in case the health inspector comes to see that you are below 41 degrees. Now, what happens if you don't have a like a freezer or refrigerator to keep all your meats and stuff in, right? You can use ice. So, like when you go into the seafood market and they be having your seafood on ice, you can use ice, but it still has to be under a certain temperature, okay? Um so, and you got to put your pork chops and your chicken in one place, right? And you got to have your fish and shrimp in another place. So you can't mix those two together, because it may be somebody that is allergic to shellfish, fish or whatever, or shrimp or whatever the case may be. And if they order a chicken plate or a pork chop plate and you done mix that together, they can get sick and they can have a bad allergy reaction or whatever. Okay. So I also have a sign that says, if you have any allergies or anything like that, let me know. Because you always want to rule on the side of caution, right? And these people who have these allergies, they know. They like, don't even touch it, right? You got to keep your pork chops and your chicken separate. You got to keep your fish and your shrimp separate. You got to even have it on a shelf in a certain way. Then there's so many days that you can keep food until you gotta throw it away. Like, you just can't reuse, refreeze, and all that kind of stuff. You can't do that. You gotta throw that food away. So when I have a lot of extra stuff, what I do is I give it to the mission. So if I got like some extra like pork chops or my sides mainly, if I have that, when am I gonna, if I'm not opening until next weekend, then I gotta toss all that stuff, right? So what I usually do is I pack it all up and I take it down to the mission, and they usually take it. Even my meats, fish, all that kind of stuff, because that stuff can go bad so quickly, and you don't ever want to make somebody sick, right? So, but it's a lot that I'm learning. It's a lot of hard work, and nobody is going to treat your business like you are going to treat your business. So it's a hands-on type of thing. And my goal, like I say, my goal is to do 50 plates a day on a weekend. So if I do 50 plates on Saturday, that's 1,000. If I do 50 plates on Sunday, that's 1,000. Okay, that's my goal. I don't always reach my goal, but that's my goal. So I accept Cash App. I have credit cards that I do. I do the Apple Pay, any type of payment that I need to take. I'm able to take it. I use the Square. I did have Clover. Child, Clover made me so mad. I didn't know what to do. I just hurry up and send they stuff back, because a rep had set me up with Clover, and I never heard from him again. And all of a sudden, I'm getting charged like $85 a month. I haven't even used the equipment. I had the equipment since like January. I didn't get set up until like April. Nobody taught me how to use anything. And then they taking out all these fees, and then they hold your money and all this kind of stuff. I told them folks I don't want to have nothing to do with this no more. Square has been the easiest for me, and you don't really have to use anything. You can do that on your phone. I got this little key thing, this little swipe thing that I use, and it works fine. I don't need to have all that other stuff, right? Um, what do I hate the most? Cleaning the goddamn fryer. Okay, if you ain't never cleaned a fryer before in your life, child, it ain't nothing to play with. Um, every event, not every event, but like if I do an event for Saturday and Sunday, I will have the same grease, okay? But then for the next week, it's brand new grease. Grease, frying oil costs about $30. Now you can get a blended, which is like $40, okay? But it's called clear frying oil. And it's like 30 some like $30 that you get, and it's come in this big huge container for your fryer, right? But every time before I go to an event, I got to clean my fryer. I have to drain that fryer. I got to pick up the fryer, the oil, take it to a oil dump station, which is my commissary. Okay. Then I have to get all that gunk up out the bottom of it, and you got to wear gloves that come up to here, okay? And you got to get in there, and I was like, it got to be an easier way to clean this fryer, but you got to get in there, and you got to get all that stuff that you done fried at the bottom of the thing and get that out of there. Then I have to put like this chemical in there, turn the fryer on, and boil it to get all the rest of the stuff out of there. Child, that stuff, it takes you about 3 hours to clean a darn fryer, and I gotta do that every weekend. I hate having old grease. If you have old grease, your food gonna look dark. You're gonna have these spots on your food. Especially if you cooking a lot of pork chops and chicken and all that kind of stuff. You also gonna have it'll start to, when you really know that your fryer need to be changed, it'll start to smell like it's burning. Like you walk by and you done fried so much that it starts to smell like the food is burning, and it's not. But that's all that gunk and stuff is burning at the bottom. So I have to change my fryer every weekend, right? Before I go to any events, okay? Um, then I gotta scrub down everything. You gotta wipe down everything. You got, man, when I tell you the cleaning of this truck in order to keep this truck clean, it's a lot. It's a lot. Um, The water, I gotta dump the water out, because you gotta have hot water whenever you go to an event. You gotta have, your hot and cold water. You got to have that. They won't even let you open if you don't have no water on your truck. Okay. Um, but other than that, I like it. It's just a lot of work. Okay, I love going to these events, but it's a lot of work. Um, the trailer. Let's see what else. What else I can tell you about it. But I'm gonna stick to soul food. I'm gonna stick to what I'm doing. I'm not going to try to just have 50 million things on the menu. Okay? Do your specialty. If you're doing tacos, do tacos. If you're doing hamburgers and hot dogs, do hamburgers and hot dogs. If you're doing snowballs, now that's a seller right there. And I don't know how much snowballs cost, like $6 or $7 or whatever. But the people with the snowball machines, baby, they be making a lot of snowballs, snow cones, whatever the case may be. Nachos and cheese. If you're doing nachos and cheese, loaded nachos and cheese, or loaded fries, let that be your thing. You don't have to be all over the place. Like, I took all that off my menu because there's other people doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to have 5 nacho and cheese trucks. Okay, there's no need to have 5 trucks that's selling hot dogs and hamburgers. Okay, I want to do something different. So I'm not going to a lot of places that have everything that I have. Maybe yes, somebody's selling fish. Okay, maybe yes, somebody's selling wings. And a lot of people do them party wings. They don't do whole chicken wings. People like whole chicken wings. Okay, um pork chops. Okay, my pork chops are huge. Okay, they barely fit on the plate. All right. And the size that I have, like the yams, the macaroni and cheese. Usually people are doing like fries and okra or something like that. They're not doing the collard greens. They're not doing the yams. They're not doing the macaroni and cheese. You know what I'm saying? So that's just I focus on my specialty and focus on that crap. Everybody ain't doing banana pudding. Okay, everybody ain't doing peach cobbler. Okay, so focusing on that and sticking with that is where I stand out. Okay, when you see my sign, you see pork chops at the top of there, they coming. Okay, Mississippi farm raised catfish. I don't care what event I'm at, they coming for the catfish. Okay, and what else? So I'm trying to find an event to go to this weekend. I haven't found one yet. I don't want to go too far out of town, because now I'm wishing I'm in Georgia because they got so many trail rides and blues festivals and all that kind of stuff in Georgia right now. Like 803 Fresh is up there. He's up there in Spartanburg. He's all in South Carolina, and I've been checking out their dates of where they are, and trying to get to come to the ones that's in Mississippi, right? And then traveling with this trailer, the fuel on this trailer. Let me tell you something. When you regularly driving your truck, okay, you may get like 400 miles to before you need to fill up, okay? But when you have a trailer on the back of your truck, you might get 180 something miles. Okay, it eats up a lot of fuel. You ain't went nowhere and you got to refill your tank. Okay, so that's why I don't want to travel like too far because I got to come back and all that kind of stuff. The fuel for the generators is like $20 to put fuel in them generators. I got to get ice every time that I do an event. So I'm buying like 5 bags of ice. That's another thing that sell. Because a lot of people get to these events and they don't have enough ice. So if you the person that got all the ice, I was selling ice cups for like $1. No, 50 cents. Right? So I was selling ice for 50 cents. Okay? And they were buying it. and they was buying it. I got invited. I went to a slingshot festival. I was invited to that, and those are the people that ride those little slingshots or whatever. They had a little festival, or whatever. They invited me down there, and I did that. And they loved it so much they wanted me to come to the after party. Now, child, I ain't been to no after party. Like an after party, like I'm in bed at 9 o'clock. Like I'm ready to wrap it up, go to bed, right? So they was like, Miss Emery, you coming to the after party? I was like, what am I gonna do at the after party? They was like, everybody gonna be hungry because they're gonna be in the club. They're gonna be done. They've been drinking all night, and we want you to come over there and set up or whatever. I said, guys, this generator and moving all this stuff. Oh no, we're gonna help you. Just go. I was like, okay, what time does the after party start? They was like 9 o'clock. I was like, Lord have mercy, child. I ain't been nowhere outside no 9 o'clock. Like that's when it started. And they was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I'll see what I could do, right? So I packed up my stuff and I was like, I ain't got no macaroni and cheese. I got to go make some macaroni and cheese. And, oh, thank you for my birthday wishes. I don't even know. How old am I? Okay, I was born in 1971. It is 2025. So that would make me what? 50 what? I'm 50 what? 20, 70, 54? Am I 54 years old? Girl, let me tell you something. I stopped counting my age since I turned 50. The last time I counted my age was when I was 50 years old. I did my 50th birthday and that's it. Everything else, child, it's just a blur. Okay? I'm not trying to be counting like that. But what else? I never made it. Like I came and my intentions was pure, my intentions was good. I planned on going, but after I got to the house and everything, I was like, I'm going to bed. But they called me and they was like, hey, Miss Brock, um, hey, we looking for you at the after party. When you coming? We got a spot set up for you. And I was like, listen, guys, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm already in the bed. Okay. I'll try to catch y'all next time, but I'm just wore out. Okay. I can't do it. The event yesterday, I was there at, cause I like to get up early. I want to get my spot. I want to know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So the event yesterday, I was there at like 8 o'clock in the morning. Like I'm one of the first ones there. Um, that went until about 8 o'clock at night, and I came home and I was getting my sides and stuff ready for the next day. Right. I didn't get through cooking until about like 2 o'clock this morning, and then I had to pack up and get everything going. At 8 o'clock again this morning. So I'm like running off of adrenaline or something because I'm like, oh my God. But I ain't even get to enjoy, my birthday or whatever. But when I'm somewhere making money, man, please. I enjoy being out there. I enjoy meeting people. So what we did was we like to try each other's food. So they wanted to try my food. I wanted to try their food. So I was next to a guy that does tacos and stuff like that. So I took him a plate, like I gave him like a sampler plate. So I gave him like chicken, fish, and shrimp, and two sides, and banana pudding, and all that kind of stuff. And I took that over to him. And he came back and gave me his specialty, which was chicken tacos or whatever the case may be. And it was pretty good, you know. And we didn't charge each other nothing, because we trying each other food out. I wanted to try, somebody had some fried ribs. I wanted to try that. But they have a lot of different food things. But if you're doing something like different, like nobody else kind of got, you're gonna do well. You're gonna do well. And there's so many people that do different things, right? and it'd be like at the end of the night, and you see everybody got on their t-shirts and stuff, because they matching the truck and all that kind of stuff, and everybody got on their t-shirts, and they got about 4 or 5 people, and so, some people be having like a team, and I was like, where's all these people gonna get on the truck? Like, how many people can get on the truck? My goodness. um but I be looking at the end of the night, darn, you got to pay all of them. Unless they're your kids, you're going to have to pay every last one of them. Okay, and that cuts in on the profit. So, at the end of the night, you ain't got to pay nobody. I ain't got to pay nobody. So, if I take my time and do what I need to do, at the end of the night, I go home. And that's it. Okay, the more people you have on that truck, the more people you got to pay. And let's say your family, your husband, but having all them people on the truck, business like that, kudos to them. Um, and then my prices, all I gotta do is do 5 plates and make $100. Okay, so I focus on that. I have 5 plates stacked up at a time, and I know when them 5 gone, that's $100. 5 more plates stacked up at that time. When that 5 is gone, that's another $100. So I have 50 plates sitting right there, ready to be prepped out or whatever. And I know once y'all reach my 50 plates, it's a wrap. I ain't got but 2 prices, 20 and 30. Ain't no use of, I had 15, right? But the amount of stuff that I was putting on these plates and the time that it took me to prepare all this stuff, I was like $20, because what most people was doing was they were paying $15 and they was leaving me a tip of $5, right? So if you're gonna give me $20, then just give me $20. We ain't even gotta do no change. You see what I'm saying? Cut out the change. Okay, just go on. You're gonna pull the 20 out anyway. Just go on and give me the 20. Okay, I'm gonna make it worth your while. Just go on and give me the 20. Okay, and we can, and I gotta do less plates. Okay, so, and then I just try to focus on them plates being, really good, and take my time with them. But other than that, I just wanted to give y'all an update. Thank you so much. I got all the birthday wishes and everything on my page. I was able to look at it. I couldn't respond to everybody, but I saw it all, and I really appreciate that y'all thought about little old me, over here trying to make some fish and chicken plates. I did go and get me some crawfish, y'all. I don't know what's going on, but I am addicted to crawfish. I don't know why, cause in Georgia I can't eat crawfish like that. But ever since I've been in Mississippi, I got to go get me some crawfish. 2 pounds. 2 pounds of crawfish. It's like they be looking at me like, darn, you just got had some yesterday. I know. I know. I know. Don't worry about it. Just go on and get the crawfish. I don't know what's wrong. It must be the salt or something that's in it that makes me so addicted to the crawfish that I gotta have it every day. And I gotta stop it because it's not good for your blood pressure. I know that it's bad for your blood pressure eating that crawfish every day. You can't eat seafood every day. But I've been eating, if it ain't every day, it's every other day. I drove all the way to Gulfport to go to a place. It's called Mr. and Mrs. Crab. And they got buy a pound of crawfish and get a half a pound free. And I got 3 pounds of crawfish, and I'll sit here and eat. I'll eat some, because you get full like after a pound and a half or whatever, you be kind of full, right? But then 2 hours later, you hungry again. Okay, so I'm like, man, it gotta be bad if I drive like almost 30 minutes over there to get it and 30 minutes back. So I don't know what's going on with me, but I just every day, whatever, I got some crawfish. So I'm gonna have to do something about that, because I know that that salt, that sodium or something is in there that is making me addicted to that crawfish. And I gotta stop it, because if I don't, my blood pressure is gonna be sky high. Okay? been stroked out in this heat. Oh my God, it was like 90 degrees or whatever the case down here. And another thing, guys, these mosquitoes ain't no joke. Okay, like I don't even think they like that up in Georgia, but in Mississippi, like they be waiting on you to get out the car. Like you can't even come out your house in the morning time or any time without the mosquitoes attacking you. Like you can literally, I can literally like walk out the door, go to the car, and I've been got ate up all on my legs, all on my arms. They don't care where they bite you. Okay, I think I got one right here on my forehead. Like they just go in and they go through your clothes. Like I don't know what kind of mosquitoes these is. And I wonder that's why my legs be all tore up. My legs was all tore up when I was a kid. I used to have all these spots and stuff on my legs and all that kind of stuff. Being from Mississippi, it's like you got to get that deep 40 or something that they don't care. And if you put on the whatever the case may be, um, it's like it ain't nothing to them. It ain't nothing to them. So, but yeah, I can't. I couldn't even hardly drop my trailer without these mosquitoes. They be everywhere, everywhere. Hold on one second. Let me see. Hibiscus tea. What is hibiscus tea? Is that just something that just in the tea place? Um, what you do? Drink it, and it will help them stay off of you. But other than that, guys, I wanted just to come and vent and tell you about my day, tell you about the food truck. Like it's hard work. It really is. Cooking this food, having this food, being out there. And at first, I would get so anxious. Like I would get so anxious because I was like, is people gonna buy my food? This, that, and the third. I mean, I would get so anxious that my heart would be like just, and I couldn't control it. I didn't know what was going on with me, but I would have like these palpitations and anxiety and all these different things was going on in my head because trying to get prepped up for the event. I didn't want to mess up. I didn't want to not cook the food good, stuff like that. And like I couldn't control it. It was like my heart would just be beating and I would have anxiety to the point where I thought I was going to pass out. But now it's like, child, I'm gonna do what I can. It's like Cat Williams, they know I'm coming. I know I'm coming. I'm gonna do the best job that I can do when I get there. That's it. No more, no less. You know what I'm saying? But at first, oh my God, my heart was just. I would be so stressed out. Sometimes I would think I was gonna pass out because the anxiety just took over my body and I couldn't control it. you know. But now the more events that I do, the calmer I am, and I'm okay. I know how to talk to people, and I just rock with people. People rocking with me, so I just do the best that I can, and focus on that. And it makes me happy when I get people that call me and they was like, "Are you cooking today?" And I'll be like, "No, I'm cooking on the weekend." And then they'll call and they say, "Where are you at today? Because I want to come get a plate." And I'll tell them where I'm at, and they will drive where I'm at to come get a plate. You know what I'm saying? And like when they come and they be buying 4, 5 plates from me, oh my God, that just makes me feel so good. I mean, it's a little stressful when folks is wanting 4, 5 pork chop plates at one time. I'm like, girl, child, who finna? Do you know how long it take to do 4, 5 pork chop plates? And you got people waiting on you, and then somebody come and they want a fish plate and a shrimp plate and a chicken plate and all. Oh, it's stressful. But if I get like 1, 2 orders, like somebody say I want a fish plate, I want a shrimp plate, or whatever, I can knock that out, no problem. But it's when they come with the 4 plates, 4 plates at one time. But 20, 40, 60, 80. That's $80 right there. It's just getting them plates ready because you got to put the hot sauce on there. You know how we is. We got to put the bread on there. We got to put the hot sauce on there. We got to put some ketchup for the fries. We got to put some tartar sauce for the catfish. It's a lot. You got to put with the plate. Then you got to bag the plate up. It's a lot. But I'm working it. I'm doing it. So if you are in the area or whatever the case may be, and y'all be checking me out on Facebook or whatever, I be letting you know where I'm gonna be. But I'm not set up every day. It was too overwhelming for me to be set up every day, right? So I set up on a weekend and I set up at events. So that's what I'm doing. That makes my money for the whole week, and it is what it is. And then I can just focus on doing good food before the event on the weekend. So if I do Saturday and Sunday and I prep for Saturday and Sunday, like today is Sunday, I ain't doing nothing else till next week. I ain't doing nothing else till next week. Okay? So, but the banana pudding I make, the peach cobbler I make, the collard greens I make. The only thing I don't make is I don't make the cake. Child, could you imagine if I was baking cakes? Whoo, child. I don't make cakes. Okay, the cakes come from the stuff. Okay, now I try to pick out the best cake there is, but that come from the store. I get like lemon cake, I get strawberry cake, I get socket tummy cake, I get Louisiana crunch cake. They all good. Um, but the cakes I don't. People is so be asking me, did you make this from scratch? Did you make this? Did you make this? Is it good? Is it good? Who they asked me, did you make the candy yams from scratch? You mean did I go pick the potatoes and like I said, that what you talking about? Child, child. What do it taste like it's from scratch? Honey, I can put anything with anything and you would have thought, baby, the way I doctor up stuff. Now I don't play about them greens. You can't buy no canned greens, child. Canned green, because the canned greens are already like cooked, right? So by the time you get your turkey necks and you put everything that you want, they'll be too overcooked by the time you mix all that together. So you can't do canned greens. You can tell canned green. Get them greens, cook it down, put your meat in there, all your stuff in there, let them greens cook. It don't take that long. But I was like, I ain't finna cook no collard greens. I'm gonna get me a can. I'm gonna get them. What did it say? Glory greens or whatever collard greens. I went and got a big old can of those Glory collard greens and try to mix that with some neck bones or some turkey necks or whatever the case may be. That was the nastiest stuff I ever tasted in my life. I was like, oh my God, this is overcooked. So I ain't never do that no more. I threw all that away. The yams, you got to put the brown sugar, the sugar, the vanilla. You got to put the butter in there. Um, all this kind of stuff for the yams. Then you got to get the marshmallows and all that kind of stuff. So, no, oh, and the baked bean. I told y'all I put everything in the baked bean. Everybody don't the same, but I love baked beans with the hamburger meat in there, with the barbecue sauce and the onions and the peppers and all that kind of stuff. It's the loaded baked bean. I love that. Okay, um, and that mac and cheese, baby. Mm, 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 mm. I be outdoing myself sometimes, but if you take your time with stuff, you could do anything. But the only thing I don't think I make is and just marinate the food. I put everything in cause the fish and stuff come in cases. So I put everything in like um plastic bags. Marinated in the plastic bag. But I don't make cake. I don't make cake. Child, if I was making cake, Lord Jesus, I buy the cake. Okay? That's the only thing. But other than that, everything else I make. Um, but y'all, I just wanted to come check in with you guys on my birthday. I've been so busy. I haven't been able to do anything. But basically sleep and try to get ready for the week and all that kind of stuff. So I'm here for the summer, and then I'm like, darn, it ain't even summer yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many more weekends I gotta go? So I'm thinking about going. I'll go back home probably in August, maybe June, July, August, maybe, if nothing else is going on. And then I'll probably maybe put the truck over to my mom's house, and then I'll pack up the RV. This RV ain't no joke. Trying to get that packed up. These people be moving around like it ain't nothing. Man, I don't want to be driving this RV all over the place. So, I'll probably pack that up maybe about August or whatever, in the fall, and then take it home, and then I'll be at home for the winter. Okay, I'm not gonna be doing this in the winter. So, and then next year I'll think about if I'm gonna do it in Georgia instead of down in Mississippi. There's a lot more that be going on in Georgia than these events are down here are good, but then I'll be close to home. You see what I'm saying? So I won't be out here. Let me see. Oh, I had a eye. The reason I'm wearing these glasses is because I had an eye infection. So from wearing my contact lenses, so I hadn't been able to wear contact lenses until my eye infection go away. And I'm supposed to go to the doctor this week to get my contact lenses. But if y'all can see, I'm blind as a bat. You hear me? So I gotta wear these reading glasses until they give me the approval to wear my contacts again. I can't stand glasses, and the reason why is because you be sweating all right here, and then it doesn't seem right. It doesn't look right. Look how big my eyes look. It just doesn't look right. So, but I'll be going back to the doctor to get my contacts again. But it was my fault. I wear my contacts all the time. So I just feel so comfortable in it, and you can't because you risk having an eye infection. And that's what happened. So I had to be on medication, take my medication until this eye infection go down. But let me see. I can't stand these glasses. Am I still? Oh, am I still? Oh, how about it's for your blood pressure? Yeah, I need something to take. Look, with me cooking, I done got a burnt right here. I done got a burnt right here. I'm gonna burnt myself to death by the time I get through cooking. Um, am I OT? No, I'm not OTR. I'm not on the truck. But I may go out and ride with Arshawn since I don't have nothing going on until the weekend. I may go out and ride with him. Arshawn's coming through Mississippi tomorrow. I may go out and ride with him to help him out a little bit and come back. So he got a load coming from Mississippi to I mean from Georgia to Mississippi, Mississippi back to Georgia, uh, Georgia back to Mississippi, Mississippi back to Georgia. So one of those I can like if he's coming and they back to back, they dropping hooks. So if he's coming from Meridian from Georgia tomorrow, he come to Meridian, he could swoop by and get me, and I can help him run them dropping hooks, so he can get finished with them because it's like 5 loads at a time, back to back. But other than that, guys, we made it through the blitz. I was so concerned because about getting stopped and all this kind of stuff. So made sure everybody was doing their e-logs, made sure that the tires and everything was good, and we made it through. No trucks got stopped for any inspection, so I'm glad about that. And the blitz is over with, And I end up getting two. I went and bought two new tires for our shine truck, just so they wouldn't say anything. But other than that, that's it, guys. I will talk to you all later. It's been over an hour. I love you all. Hopefully, I can go have a spa day tomorrow. I need a spa day. I got to get these nails. Look at my nails. Ain't that something? Two of these are gone. Child working and washing dishes and I need a pedicure. I need a massage. I just need a lot of work. And hopefully I can get that tomorrow. Get a something. They're gonna have to take all these off because it's just a mess. It's just a mess. And then I won't be having time to go to get the upkeep and all that kind of stuff. I be having things to do. And you don't do it, it'll catch up with you. But other than that, what I made, what how old I said I was? I'm 54. So I made, right? Because this is 25 and I was born in 71. So that means that I'm 54 years old. And that's something. Yep, it is what it is. So, all right. I will talk to y'all later. Peace, order, and happiness. You all have a wonderful and blessed night. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.